goods and goods.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, classmate. Today we are about to tackle the ship's logbook and keeping an accurate log.
First is 8.1. Familiarize with various ships, logbook, and their use, different record logbooks used on board ship. Keeping a record or logbook is an internal part of ship safety management system, which is an integral part of the ISM Code 1994 to 2018. The ISM stands for International Safety Management Code and Act and accounts to provide international standards for pollution control, safety, management, and operational capabilities. Under ISM Code 11.3, a ship is required to have a central database for all logbooks and records related to ship operation, spares, and maintenance. Furthermore, there should also be adequate backup including in form of hard copy. This hard copy is then required to be stored for at least next 5 years before any further action. All record and logbooks of international vessels must be filled in English language. English language is a first universal language kay dire gid tanan maintindihan sang tanan nga tawo sa kalibutan. English language is um, need to sa aton in the maritime industry. They are required to be signed and countersigned by two different designated officers. All entries made must be true and precise to relevant date and time. In event of false entries or damaging the record and log, designated officer can be fined and charged with criminal act. 8.2. Discuss various entries to be made in the various logbooks. Entries to be made in ship's engine room logbook. Logbooks are important part of daily routines carried out on board ships as they help in keeping together all important records and parameters for future reference. Similar to the points discussed in our previous article on entries in bridge logbook, it is important that ship engineers are also liable to maintain a separate engine room logbook as part of their routine. In this article, we will discuss the important things that are to be mentioned in the engine room logbook. An engine room logbook is a track record of all ship, machinery parameters, performance, maintenance, and malfunctions. The recorded values and information are used as a reference to compare our record data to assess the ongoing performance of different engine room machinery. The logbook entries are very important during machinery breakdown, and accidents are also taken as reference or evidence by the insurance company, surveyor, or etc. for the insurance claim if some accidents take place.
A responsible marine engineer watchkeeper has to fill the logbook for her own watch. A responsible marine engineer watchkeeper has to fill the logbook for his or her own watch period without fail, along with the signature of all watchkeepers for their concerned watch timings. Chief engineer also must countersign this book every day to make sure the entries are being filled in it as per the company requirements. In a manned engine room during every watch machinery, data is recorded manually taking the reading from the local gauges. It is a common practice that watchkeeper's assistant for that particular watch, TMA or oiler, etc., has recorded all important machinery local parameters. The entry of these parameters must only be done by watchkeeping engineer, not by the assistant. The following information must be written in a new logbook. Ship name, International Maritime Organization or IMO number, call sign, Maritime Mobile Service Identity or MMSI number, port of registry, engine room, team including all engineers, officer and ratings. So bali sa aton sa aton new logbook dira nakabutang ang mga ship's name, International Maritime Organization number, tapos mga call sign, maritime mobile service identity or MMSI number, port of registry, mga engine room, team including all engineers, officer, kag mga ratings naton. The following entries must be filled in the engine room logbook. Date and voyage where the ship is heading. Kung din pakadto aton din kita pakadto ang aton nga ship. The position of the ship at sea, at port, or at anchorage. Readings and parameters of main propulsion engine. Mga parameters naton sa aton main propulsion engine. Readings and parameters of auxiliary engine, mga parameters natin generators na readings and parameters of other running machinery, main engine RPM and load of the engine, speed of the ship in knots sa muna aton nga kada sigon sang lagan sa aton makina, daily entry for all the lube oil ROB rest or remaining on board, daily entry for all grade of fuel oil remaining on board, remaining on board value of sludge and bilge, running hour counter for important machinery, running details of oil pollution prevention equipment, time and position. Learning outcome 8.2, record of any major breakdown and reason for the same, record of incident or accident in the engine room, or sa oras sang sunog, flood, etc. mga record of grounding, collision, and other accident, magsadsad kag bungguanay, record of all bunkering operation, time, place, and quantity. Quantity. Record of all sludge and garbage disposal operation, mga tanan nga ton nga mga sagbot nga din sa aton barko gina-record mo na. Remarks for additional work done in watch. Tapos remarks of surveys and PSC inspection or port state control inspection. Operation of MARPOL equipment with ship position in latitude and longitude. Remarks and entries according to national and international rules and regulation. Measures takes in the interest of seaworthiness, safety of life at sea, care of cargo, safety of the vessel, and environmental protection. Record the soundings of bilges, empty tanks, every instance of behavior by an engine room crew inside the engine room, which may result to dismissal of that seafarer or other disciplinary measure including behavior involving violence, causing danger to any person, criminal damage, alcohol, or the use, supply, or possession of controlled drugs, or misuse of any prescription medicine. The presence of stowaway on board, acts of piracy against the ship, or acts of piracy witnessed against another ship, inventions by a port state or coastal state affecting the normal operation of the ship, including detention of the ship for violation of safety or marine environment protection standards. Any kind of civil claims upon the arrival or departure of a vessel from a port, the present quantity of sludge, bilge, and fuel and lube oil quantity on ship must be recorded. Upon the departure of the vessel from every port, the quantity of fuel and lube oil received at port must be recorded. Sa muna gina-record mga parameters kag mga behaviors man sa aton mga crew kung sila nagabala may gabalabag sa mga layi sa aton muna sa aton kabilugan sa barko. During the staying
During
of a vessel in a
staying of vessel in a port, the following must be recorded. Any spare or machinery part loaded or discharged. The receipt, if any, of fuel and other supplies. Whether there were any crew change and name or rank of new engine room crew. Signature of the concerned watchkeeper. Signature of chief engineer to make sure all entries are in position. Time format in hours using 4 digits. 001 to 2400. All entries must be in a readable handwriting and must record all events clearly, briefly, and accurately. The duration of the voyage over the last 24 hours taking into consideration the hour change. A ship shall be required to preserve the official logbook for a period of 3 years after the last entry was made. If a wrong entry has been made, it should be corrected by single strike along with the signature of the watchkeeper who corrected the entry. The logbook should be kept in the engine room and should be readily available for inspection demanded by company-appointed executive office or internal surveyor, task surveyor or insurance surveyor, the port state authority at the port. 8.3. Describe how errors made are corrected in the logbooks. If a wrong entry has been made, it should be corrected by single strike along with the signature of the watchkeeper who corrected the entry. The logbook should be kept in the engine room and should be readily available for inspection demanded by company-appointed executive office or internal surveyor, class surveyor, or insurance surveyor. That's all. Thank you.